Welcome to Revolution Report, the show that highlights pressing issues, uplifts community voices, and questions the status quo. I'm Sarah Livings-Walsh.
And I'm Analisa Venolia.
We felt the need to dive deeper into societal problems and explore subjects from diverse perspectives. So join us in the revolution. We have an announcement. This is our last episode of the year for Revolution Report before we go on break for the holidays.
So, we wanted to leave you all with an episode about ways you can give back to your communities this holiday season. Community care is a core value of this show, and we wanted to suggest a few ways to engage with your community in the coming weeks.
Now, before we dive into this episode, we wanted to say thank you to all of our listeners across the globe. We reached over 100,000 listens for the month of October, which is absolutely insane in the best way. This is absolutely because of all of you guys. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. We love you, each and every one of you.
And this year hasn't been easy, but your support has truly meant so much. There will always be a space at our table for you, and we are so thankful for your continued support of Handball Court Radio. And we're so excited for what's to come. So keep listening and sharing our shows, and we have some fun things cooking up.
Yes, we do. Now, let's get into it.
As we discussed in our previous episode, there's a SNAP food crisis. And that happened thanks to the absolutely ridiculous government shutdown.
Which, before we get into the ways to help, we just wanted to say that the way our government is set up does not benefit or help the American people. And it doesn't need to be this way.
Absolutely. Canada's government, for example, doesn't shut down when Parliament can't agree on a budget proposal. Their government keeps operating, which is how we absolutely think it should be.
Yeah, exactly. So, think about it this way. In a classroom, if Timmy wants to color with a blue crayon and Cindy wants to color with a red crayon and they can't decide, the school doesn't shut down.
How is that possible? You mean that they don't put a halt to every single thing happening in that school because these two children can't come to a compromise?
That's what I'm saying, Anna.
This is news to me. Revolutionary.
Yeah. And that's what we're saying. And we're not saying that we need to model our government after the Canadian system entirely. As our Canadian listeners know, their parliamentary system isn't perfect. And they've definitely got some union-busting practices that we do not agree with here at Handball Court Radio. But their government doesn't shut down when there's a disagreement over the budget. And that's at least worth emulating.
Yeah. Now, let's get into how we can help our communities this holiday season. To kick us off, Thanksgiving is coming up. And as we discussed, we're in the midst of a SNAP benefits crisis, which affects the ability of millions of Americans to get the food they need.
And food is at the heart of Thanksgiving celebrations. No one should have to go without a warm meal this holiday. There are a few ways you can get involved.
Yeah, if you have the means, you could sponsor a family's Thanksgiving dinner. For LA residents, we'll include a link on our website, handballcourtradio.com, where you can either donate or volunteer your time to PATH interim housing residents and sponsor a meal for them.
Which we will definitely be doing.
Absolutely.
You can also donate to a food bank or a food drive. And for those in need, we'll include a link to Feeding America's Food Bank locator on our website.
And for people who want to donate their time, there are options too. You could volunteer to serve Thanksgiving meals with any number of local organizations. Here in LA, for example, you could work with Serve LA, the Los Angeles Boys and Girls Club, Seeds of Hope, LA Family Housing, or Heart of Compassion, just to name a few organizations.
And they're wonderful, wonderful organizations that we highly, highly recommend that you check out on our website, again, handballcourtradio.com. Also, there are more ways to get involved than just with food. We've had a pretty warm fall so far this year, but that doesn't mean cold isn't on the way, and people need to be able to keep warm. Consider going through your closet and donating any warm clothing that you no longer wear that is still in good condition. And don't be one of those people who donates clothes that are not nice. That's incredibly rude and unthoughtful.
Yeah, don't do that. Also, blankets are a great thing to donate as well. For people in the Valley, the San Fernando Valley Rescue Mission is a great place to donate, and sometimes they'll even pick up the donations from your front porch.
Which is very convenient,
Absolutely convenient, yeah.
especially those that do not have transportation or anything of that sort. So I'm very happy that this organization goes to your front door.
Yeah, no, they're fantastic. Also, we mentioned them before, but PATH is also accepting donations as well.
There are more ways to spread joy this holiday season. A low-cost option is to make cards for senior citizens in nursing homes or assisted living facilities. A card can do so much to boost someone's mood. And especially in today's digital age, it can mean so much more receiving a physical representation of someone thinking about you. You can coordinate with a nursing home or assisted living facility near you. Or, if you're in California, you can volunteer with Joy Card Project and even receive a few volunteer service hours.
Which is fantastic.
It's amazing. Yeah, that's something that my family and I used to do when we had an after-school program. My parents every year would get all of the kids to go to our local senior living center, and we would perform for them.
Oh, lovely.
Like Christmas carols and stuff like that. We would write handmade cards. I always associate the holidays with going to, our elders and helping them out and making sure that they don't feel alone this holiday season.
Yeah, especially the holidays are a time where it's so easy to feel alone if you don't have that community around you. And this is a great way to help contribute to a feeling of community, especially with, let's be honest, our elders are so often forgotten about.
Absolutely. And I think in our political climate, that's a huge point of contention right now.
Yeah.
So this is a way to fight back against this administration, is by showing community care, is by coming together. Because let's be so for real, when we are united, their power crumbles.
Absolutely. And that's what they're afraid of.
Yeah, so keep that in mind this holiday season, that one of the ways that you can really stick it to them and make sure that your community is taken care of and feels that love is to get involved.
Absolutely. Now, another way to get involved and a great way to give back to the community is toy drives.
Yes.
You could donate toys yourself, or if you have the time, you could volunteer for the day of the giveaway. Here in LA, you could work with the LA Boys and Girls Club and help put on their annual Christmas celebration.
Beautiful. Something to also consider is, if you have the means, is to participate in the USPS Operation Santa program. This is going on across the country, so as long as you live in the United States, you can participate. What happens is the Postal Service collects letters to Santa, and you can adopt a letter. You'll read the letter or letters you choose to adopt and do your best to act as Santa and fulfill the gift requests, which USPS will distribute.
Which is fantastic, and not only does this support communities across the entire country, it also supports the USPS, which is such an undervalued but hugely important part of our nation's infrastructure.
Absolutely.
And we will be including a link to the project on our website, so check it out if you can. I know we're going to be adopting a family.
Yeah, no, my husband and I are definitely going to be doing that.
Yeah, and the Chandler Venolia's got that on lock too, so let's go, girl.
Let's go! All of our families! Along those lines, you can also buy a few things off a teacher's wish list for their classroom. Now, don't get me wrong. Amazon and Jeff Bezos are horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And we absolutely know that. Our revolutionaries know that. The people tuning in know that. But there are millions of children in need right now, and teachers are being undervalued and overworked. So, especially because of the SNAP crisis, those wish lists are a way to directly help.
Yeah, and if you know the teacher personally, if you didn't want to buy from Amazon, you could just check out their wish list that they have posted and buy those items from the store instead. Those wish lists often have food, clothing, and necessary hygiene products because kids deserve dignity in addition to being fed.
Absolutely. No, the children are the future. And when we care for children, we care for our future.
Yeah, and a good society takes care of its children.
Yes. And for Angelenos and people affected by the Eaton fire, All Together is organizing a holiday celebration for Altadena residents impacted by the fire. The event will also connect people with valuable resources. So, if you or anyone you know was impacted by the fire, we'll definitely recommend checking it out. Again, we will link everything we are talking about on our website, handballcourtradio.com. Do not be afraid to go there and see what you're going to do this holiday season.
Yeah. Also, World AIDS Day is coming up on December 1st. You can do your part to destigmatize AIDS and HIV by educating yourself and honoring those across the world who have passed away as a result of the virus. And if you're curious to learn about the AIDS crisis here in Los Angeles, you can check out our station show Rainbow Records.
Now, speaking of Rainbow Records, a new episode will be coming out in December.
Yes, it will. Stay tuned.
Yes, by the lovely Analisa Venolia.
Oh no, don't perceive me.
So many people perceive you and so many people love you.
Oh,
And don't forget that.
me at you all the time.
What the heck? And last, but certainly not least, if you want to help out animals this holiday season, animal shelters desperately need our help right now. They've also been hugely impacted by the government shutdown, and many shelters are over capacity. If you're able to, consider donating to a shelter near you, or consider fostering or adopting a pet yourself. We know these times are trying, so anything that you feel comfortable giving, please consider doing that this holiday season because our animals keep us going.
Oh yeah, I don't know where I'd be without my dogs.
Exactly. I don't know where our family would be without our dogs and vice versa. I don't know where I'd be without your dogs.
Oh, and I love your dogs. They're so sweet. And remember, y'all, adopt, don't shop.
Yes, adopt, don't shop. Or if you're going to shop, shop responsibly.
Yeah, shop ethically. Now, that's all we've got. For all those resources and volunteering opportunities that we discussed, we will include the links on our website, which is, once again, handballcourtradio.com.
Yes, we wish all of our listeners a happy holidays. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, happy Kwanzaa to anyone who celebrates.
We're sending you all lots of joy and good wishes this holiday season.
We'll see you in January!
That's about it for this episode. We hope it was informative.
As always, you can check out our website, handballcourtradio.com. You can also follow us on Blue Sky at Handball Court Radio. And you can also follow me there at Sarah Livings-Walsh.
I'm there as Not Like Mona Lisa. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and share so you don't miss our content. And don't forget to rate, review, and follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
And with that, I'm Sarah Livings-Walsh.
I'm Analisa Venolia.
And this has been Revolution Report.